So, you're stranded on a deserted island. No fast food or coffee within reach. Do you have a pet volleyball like Tom Hanks had Wilson? Do you imagine that living creatures are food, like in cartoons? How will you approach the physical and mental demands of being all alone and without the modern comforts of home? How do you endure being stranded on a deserted island? Well, here's how you survive, according to science. Hey, don't try to wing it. You'd be best to borrow a tip from the Boy Scouts. They use the acronym STOP. It stands for Stop, Think, Observe, and Plan. First things first, water. Since people can't survive without water for more than 3 or 4 days, your first and biggest priority would be to find a water source. Use big leaves to catch rainfall and funnel it into any containers you can find or make. Explore the island by walking inland where you're likely to find a stream. Next, find a shelter like a tree canopy or an unoccupied cave. You can build a lean-to shelter by finding a big long branch and leaning it against a tree. Then, arranging smaller branches along the long branch at a 45-degree angle. Cover this structure with the biggest leaves and foliage you can find. Be aware of your surroundings. Are there any predators on the island? Do you hear or see anything that may indicate that you're being stalked? Carry rocks around with you and a sharp stick for protection. Getting hungry? Time to look for food. Your rock and sharp stick can be used to hunt. While you can forage if you know what berries and mushrooms are edible and nobody's stopping you from eating bugs and lizards, your best bet is likely fish. Also, fish can be found in shallow waters around the beach. You'll need to fashion a spear out of a branch and a sharp rock. While you fish, don't walk through the water, that'll scare them away. Try to find rocks to stand on. Aim your spear at a fish's head. Beware of sharks while you're hunting in the ocean. Stay in shallow water to optimize your safety. After you've eaten, build a fire to increase your chance of being seen and rescued. Find dry branches, twigs, and leaves. Make a teepee shape out of the twigs. Use your camera, binoculars, or glasses to focus the sun's rays on the wood and blow gently on it when it begins to smoke. Now you can think about getting rescued. Gather a bunch of tree branches, rocks, and whatever you can find that's big and colorful from your belongings, and arrange them on the beach to read SOS. While you wait for rescue, stay physically and mentally occupied by exploring the island and building tools to help stay safe, sated, and as comfortable as possible. Also, why not build a raft? It will keep you occupied and give you an option for leaving the island if you get tired of waiting to be rescued. Gather 10 to 20 logs less than 30 centimeters in diameter, 10 vines to use for tying logs together, and small logs to use as braces. If you have a knife, cut notches near the ends of the logs where the vines will be tied. If you don't have a knife, use a sharp rock. Weave the vines between the logs and tie the wood together. You've got water, shelter, food, and the hope of rescue. Now, make sure you stay positive by exercising, thinking of loved ones, and planning for a book deal in the talk show circuit once you get rescued. You got this. And that's how to survive being stranded on a deserted island, according to science.